boy.
Tiny moth boy.
And we're good on this one too.
Okay,
and we're good with you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, everybody.
No.
Don't.
All up in you guys' grill.
No. All right.
This way.
Tickle you.
I will let you guys finish up because I gotta do my little intro anyway. But you guys continue what you're doing. So, howdy, everybody.
You got clap.
It's fine. I don't need a clap.
You get clapped!
Howdy, everybody. And welcome to Miss Mirabeth's Multidimensional Mall of Marvels and More, otherwise known colloquially as District 7, and as how we will refer to it because the name is a mouthful, but I love me some alliteration. What can I say? This is the first time that we're doing a recorded campaign. We did a live stream one, kind of, that was a neat little test run, and we learned a lot from it, and we're figuring things out, but this is the new trial run. But we're happy that you guys are joining us here today, and I want to introduce you all to my lovely little band of misfits sitting around the table. Say hi, lovely little misfits.
Hi, lovely little misfits.
Why did I know that everybody was going to flat or just continue?
Hi.
Okay. Hello. So the first thing I would like to do is just have everyone go around the table, introduce yourselves to the lovely audience that is watching us, and based on where our lovely little camera person is at over there, I will let's just start with you.
Hi, my character's name is Frankie Thompson, but I'm Morgan, and their class is chef, cook.
Congrats. Just cook.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all good. Groovy Tunes. Down the line.
Hello, I am Bo. He's too old to remember his last name. And my name is Renee Richmond. And Bo is he's a cute little druid. And his, yeah. Was I supposed to say anything else?
That was it, unless you want to say a quirky little thing about yourself, but you don't have to.
He's high.
I said about yourself.
Oh, myself.
That was good.
Hi.
Fair enough. Valid.
Nope.
All right. Down the line we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello. I'm Austin. I was in the previous thing. I am playing Clint Laurent. And he's a guy. He's a warlock. He's got a bird.
Wow.
Cowboy.
Slay.
Groovy.
My character is Luca Thomas Kench. If you know, you know. He's a giant Locath barbarian. That's all you need to know.
How do you spell Kench?
Kench.
Cool. I don't know why when you told me your name originally that I heard Ken, and so that's all I got. I forgot the
Maybe
sound.
it was originally Ken.
Was it?
Look at me.
I'm guessing it might have been because that's why he got Ken.
That's fair.
Ken or Kench? What do you want?
Let's do Ken because it
Ken. Okay.
Yeah. It
Easy enough fix.
Luca Thomas.
Don't look at me like that.
All right. Down the line we go.
My name is Brooklyn, and I'm playing Nettle Mayapple, and she's a cleric. I'm a cleric. Yeah.
What's your race?
Oh, I'm a mothkin. That's a
Nice.
moth.
Moth, yes, nice. And last but not least, well, technically not last but not least, but I'll explain that in a minute.
I am Isam Tall. I'm a Yanti, third pure blood wizard, and my real name is Sydney Alder.
And then we do have one more person that will be joining us, hopefully in the next, not the second episode, but in the third episode. They unfortunately got ill, so hopefully they'll be here to join us, but we'll let them introduce themselves when they get here. But without further ado, we are starting later than we were supposed to start, so we're going to hop right into everything.
I know, I'm so ready.
And I'm going to set the stage for everybody with a nice little hook that I've created.
Beautiful.
The mall, the Multidimensional Mall of Marvels and More, is a multi-story that seems to go on infinitely into the rest of the dimension that exists. It takes up the entire expanse of the world that you guys exist in, and it is filled with shops upon kiosks, upon arcades, upon everything that you could possibly ever desire in a mall. It exists here. From Zachariah's Zoo to Asher's Arcadia. I don't know why I did Z to A, but that's how we're going to do it. Everything that you could think of more than likely exists within the confines of this dimension. And anytime that something doesn't exist and it is wished for, it is created by processes that are beyond your understanding within the mall itself. And you all have been here for a decent amount of time, but not too long. You are relatively new, whether it was looking for a change of scenery, whether it was needing money in a world that costs a lot of money. Thank you, capitalism. Or if it's just because this is something led you here or drew you here. Whatever your reasons, they are your own. But you all ended up here at the mall. It's busy on its ground floors all the way up. Constant foot traffic, people from every single dimension and realm that is connected to this plane of existence. People coming in and out for different items that they could ever wish for. It is the part of the dimension that everybody knows, everybody sees. It's just that nice surface level. But what nobody knows at this very moment of time, this very moment where you all are getting ready to go to work, underneath, just past the surface level, past the tunnels that lie underneath the mall, is a whole subdivision. A subdivision where a hooded figure is currently sprinting down a long corridor. Blasts of psionic and magic energy shooting past them left and right. They keep sprinting forward, dodging, expertly acrobatic, flipping around different traps and disarming things along the way. Opening doors, jumping and hopping through different dimensions back in and out of reality, until this hooded figure finally comes across a large scrying orb, which is a giant glass orb. It's kind of like a crystal ball. It's hooked up with various different wires, coils, things going up into the ceiling and seeming to disappear throughout the rest of the mall in some capacity. The figure quickly pulls out a thumb drive, plugs it in to the side of the mechanism that the scrying orb sits in, and begins to type away at the equivalent of a keyboard. Tip-tapping faster and faster, blasts of that psionic magic energy shooting just past them. They quickly type as quick as the message as much as they can, until a singular blast hits them square in the back. They slump forward, weak, dying, slowly reaching up to push the send button. There's another ding, another blast hits him, sending them careening to the floor. This, whatever this message was, out of the crystal ball, somewhere up into the mall above. And that's where we're now going to come into y'all's morning shift, right?
Cool.
And I'm trying to think.
Oh, good. Go.
Cool. Let me do a thing here.
Hi, Mom.
Cool. We cut from that scene. That yeah, that was fair. We cut from that scene where someone was literally just shot down over onto a lovely little store known as Hot Death. It is this realm's equivalent of Hot Topic. It is filled with all the quirky knickknacks, clothing, and items that anybody of a gothic variety would enjoy here. And it is fairly popular, and it is chained across the multiverse in various different ways, but this is where it got its start, right here in the mall. And as we push through the doors that lead into this establishment, we catch our lovely Isom working. What would you be doing at this moment, working here at Hot Death?
Folding clothes, sniffing stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. That's valid.
Dusty.
It's dusty. That's fair. Some of the stuff has probably been back in storage for a while, and some of it's like getting. It's like things became outdated, but now they're like being redated, so to speak. You know how like the 80s are coming back in our current existence. Yes. It's kind of like that mentality, right? But yeah, you're sorting through some of the old, outdated clothing, trying to get some of the old stuff back on the shelves as people's tastes have changed back to something familiar, something that you never really grew out of. This was kind of your style to begin with, anyway. Oh, yeah. But would you go ahead and describe what your character looks like for everybody as you're going about doing all this?
So, with the basic drawing that I have, he looks very much like a lizard. You can tell he's a lizard, but he tries to act human as much as possible. Got the spiky hair going on. He likes headbands to keep like the spikes up. Tight t-shirt, show off the muscles, cause he do work out.
Hot.
And some like torn up pants because that's how I roll.
Nice.
No shoes.
No shoes.
Disgusting.
Fair enough.
Those dogs are
Very green.
very green.
The mall has just kind of opened up. There's no real sun or moon here. It is a day cycle and a night cycle that is created through magical illusory things, again, much beyond your control. It is something that is an automated process here at the mall. But the day cycle has just started, and you, like the rest of your fellow compatriots, have just started work. And as we stated before, you're working on getting a bunch of the clothing and everything sorted out, sniffing some of them because
It's hard not to.
yeah, clearly. I mean, it's so hard not to sniff dusty clothing.
Yeah, it's death in there.
Death.
Hot.
You hear the door swing open, the little bell at the top. Ding 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 ding.
It goes, ah!
The door opens. And then it closes. And you turn and you see what looks to be a sort of like mix between a donkey and a goat. Not you.
I was like, I'm not mixed donkey. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, this is separate. This is a separate individual. He's wearing this like. He's wearing like a hoodie that's definitely way too big for him. He's got the hood up and over his. He's got horns that kind of stick out. Nice, like a little pitchfork almost. Most of his eyes is covered completely. You can only see his mouth and his snout and everything. He's actively smoking a blunt that you recognize. It's not hard. It's sold at your local CBD shop here in the mall. You know where it came from. Yeah, you probably maybe partake. Yeah, you partake. He's got shorts that are probably could be longer considering his hoodie, but they go up like right up mid thigh for him. It's a whole big thing, and you can see his like skinny little bony legs, and he's got these. Red Converse that he wears as well, which is the only bit of color that exists on his mostly neutral tone attire. But he walks in and he goes off into one of the corners with a lot of the there's what's the word I'm looking for? There's a shipment of strange candles that came in recently from Candlekeep, ironically enough. It's a bunch of different sets, but of course, you being in charge of the most recent purchase order, you probably only got one real scent. What do you think that would be?
The scent of the candle?
Yeah. What do you think that? What would you have ordered, given permission by your boss to order candles?
Rotting blood.
Smells like rotting blood. Whatever that may smell like. Maybe it's cinnamon. Maybe it's rotting blood. We won't know.
Fireball.
Just straight fireball, just
into a wax.
But he goes straight over to the candles, and it's kind of tucked in a back corner, and you wouldn't really know it's there. And I'm pretty sure your boss, seeing what you got, is like, I'm gonna put this as far from the customers as possible. But that is, he walks over and goes to the candles. What would you like to do?
I'd like to approach.
And you do. He seems to not pay you much attention, though. He's just kind of staring at the candles. His hands are still, in his hoodie. He's still smoking that blunt.
Welcome to Hot Death!
He audibly just kind of like, right, yeah, thank you. Okay. Little thumbs up.
How can I help you?
That's wonderful.
So good. So good.
This
is so good.
Absolute slay. We're gonna be best friends.
It's my mom's birthday is tomorrow, and of course with Christmas approaching, I don't want to have to get her 2 gifts. So I'm looking for something that doesn't scream "I love you," but screams "I cared enough to get you something."
Damn. All right.
Valid.
Does she have a favorite scent?
I really don't know. I to be fair, to be completely honest, I haven't been home in like a year and a half, but it's fine.
You should.
I definitely slept through her last birthday, so.
You should get her this rotting blood candle.
This
Mm-hmm.
smells like straight Fireball whiskey.
Your mom like Fireball.
My mother does like Fireball, yes. So actually, this might be. I'm afraid that she might try and eat it. Does it taste like Fireball?
It smells like Fireball.
But does it taste like Fireball?
Candles.
Here. It's Fireball.
It's made of straight fire, like actual straight Fireball.
The spell.
Yeah.
The implications. Oh no.
You light it.
Take a
Explosion.
D10.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Grandma.
How much of these go for?
Rotting blood is worth $35.
30. He starts rummaging through his only pockets that he has, and he pulls out what looks to be a few like gold pieces, maybe 4. There's also a button, and his lighter, and he's like, "I don't suppose I could. I don't suppose 4 gold would be enough."
No, that's not enough.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think okay. He puts it back in his pocket, and then he starts rummaging around again, like he's expecting to find more. And he's like, "How about a trade? You look like somebody that's with it, right? Like, I mean, you partake, yes."
Oh, with it. Okay.
Yeah, with it. You partake, right?
You're
Mhm.
good with it.
I don't smoke, but I eat.
Tell you what. I've got a secret stash around here. Some stuff that the mall prohibits. It's part of their new policies that have been kicked in ever since Eye Crystal came in and whatnot. But I will tell you the location of the secret stash. You have to go during the night shift, unfortunately, because that's when the cameras aren't focused on those public areas as much anymore.
Oh, I like the dark.
Slay.
This stuff, man, it takes you to some other worlds, man. Like it takes you far out.
How much is it worth?
It's a fun little trade. Give me a candle that I give to my mom so she thinks I care about her enough.
One candle?
One candle. And you can have yourself, you can partake in one of the one part of my stash.
How much do you love your mom?
Enough, but not enough that she wants me to come home as frequently.
I'll tell you what. This one large candle right here,
Yeah.
I'll cut in half for you. Then she'll know.
All right. I see. Yeah, just so, just to be clear, you're taking my offer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
See you around, right?
Yeah. He rummages again through his hoodie, pulls out a little crumpled up piece of paper. It's a little map. It'll show you where the stash is. I've hidden it behind a trash can out near in front of where that spot is. Go there during the night shift. It is important that it is the night shift. If you go during the day, you're more than likely to get caught, and then all the good stuff gets taken away, and you're not the only one that's partaking from it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Tell your mom I said hi.
I won't. And he turns, leaves, of the bell, and it closes. You open up the crumpled little piece of paper, and it is the most crudely drawn, what you can assume to be the toy shop from here. And there's a little garbage can, and there's an arrow with the letters "here" crudely drawn in all caps. So it's pretty clear where the stash is hidden.
That's really funny.
All right.
All right. So as that transpires, we then cut over to a different part of the store here, specifically the Duluth Trading Company.
Trading company.
It is the one store in the entire multiverse, including our own, that exists as a constant state, and it is the Duluth Trading Company,
As it should be.
where we find Clint Laurent. And what exactly would you be doing here at the store? And also describe yourself for us, if you'd be so kind.
Clint Laurent is a very tall, gaunt-looking man. His skin is pale, clammy. His eyes glow with like a white kind of aura. He has like hair that looks like a very off brown color that's slicked back with a bit of like a beard that like is shaven to where he has like the mustache with the goatee that goes into it. He has a pink
I think there's turtles in the
neckerchief that was made out of the t-shirt that he got when he started working at the mall. That is purple. And he has a vest, and he's dressed in all white. He's dressed in black and white, white vest, black shirt with black gloves. That's his whole style. That's his whole style. And he has a bird. He has a pet raven that rests on his shoulder, and then occasionally flies on top of the aisles whenever he's having to like bend over and get stuff. But right now he's just currently just putting boots where they're supposed to go, making sure like any boots that were like moved around because people were trying them on, never bought them, and just put them in a random place. He's doing recovery on that kind of thing. That's just what he's doing.
Probably mopping a little bit here and there too, right? Because I mean, the place gets kind of scuffed up and it needs some cleaning.
Bring mud somehow all the way across the mall.
The zoo's not too far from Duluth Trading Company,
like,
and there's an interactive exhibit specifically with the orangutans, and man, they throw their feces. It ain't fun.
It's not fun.
And it gets tracked in the store sometimes. Hence why you have to mop sometimes too. And the occasional orangutan does get out. So like Zachariah didn't really know what he was doing when he built the orangutan cage.
We found one orangutan that actually like can like communicate well, so like he hangs out in the store sometimes with customers. That's his part-time job.
He wears boots.
Yeah, that's all he wears.
All he wears.
Boots.
Did we name him?
His name is
His name is Boots.
His name is Durgy. Durgy. That's the orangutan's name.
Durgy.
Durgy. Spell that how you will.
I spelled it D-I-R-G-Y.
Good.
Durgy. Get back.
That's all I can say is Durgy.
Durgy. And sure enough, the door opens.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding. Unless you want a special sound that yours makes.
It's like a. Yeah!
I'm gonna make you do that every time this
That's
door
fine.
opens. So the door opens.
Yeah!
And you watch as Durgy comes in carrying a box of what looks to be a new shipment of some more boots that are coming in. Walks in, sets it down, middle floor.
Durgy, you know better than anyone that's not where they go.
Durgy!
Durgy, I know. I get it. You've had a long day walking across the mall.
He raises his arm like he's holding a gun. He's not holding a gun. He's just using his little fingers. And he just falls.
Durgy.
You could be elected, Durgy.
Durgy.
Yeah. I'll take the boots then. And I pick up the...
As soon as you pick up the box, he immediately gets up, turns around, Durgy, whoop, out the door. Yeah! There you go. And it closes.
Cool. I like him.
What have I done?
He plays everybody at the store.
Yeah.
So you go, you're starting to put them where they go, and your manager comes up to you. He's like maybe 5 foot tall. He looks like he's in high school. He's got acne all over his face. He's got glasses that are definitely broken. He looks like he was the equivalent of every bullied child in high school rolled into one string bean of a person. Hair slicked back, way too much gel kind of thing. And he's got what he thinks is cool, a red bow tie. And then he's got his nice little badge. But he's got a nice little badge that labels his name as Steve. And he is your manager. He comes up and he's like, Clint.
Steve.
Clint, you missed a spot with the mop. How many times do I have to tell you to mop in even strokes and then go back and do it again the other direction?
You can just see Clint's hands slowly moving towards his waist. There's nothing at his waist, but you can see like his hands start doing like the cowboy thing where like it's like wrestling, and he just goes, you know what? My apologies. I will get right on that.
Be sure it doesn't happen again. And he turns and he goes back into his little like back office area that he has.
As soon as he's out of ear, as soon as he's out of hearing, I just go, you would get yourself a Kleenex. Jeez. Slapping the mop.
A little bit of time passes as you're doing this, and a couple more people come in and out of the store. Some of them, I mean, they're pretty generic people. There's some people that come in every time that they're specifically been waiting for a new shipment of these specific kind of boots that have a wireless eye crystal built into the base of them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Basically, you can click your boot heels and you can play music, send calls. It's a whole big thing. It's a portable scrying orb within the boots. It's a new thing. It's a conjoint thing that Duluth and eye crystal do together. Basically, eye crystal's been kind of influencing each of the stores as they've taken control after Mirabeth retired and left the mall. There's a whole big orientation thing, and it was in the packet buried in there. But this was a new thing that Steve in particular is like, you have to be watching out for those. They'll go quick. And then he goes off and does what he does. You don't know what he does in that back room. You can't imagine it's anything good, though.
He's probably just making mayo sandwiches. It's just mayo. On bread.
It's not even bread. It's just mayo layered.
It's just mayo between his hands.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, you saw a bit of mayo just kind of like just on the corner of his cheek before he left earlier.
That's so icky.
Even high, that's gross.
Yeah, it's the nastiest man I know to exist.
But there's one particular figure in the store that is new. It's somebody that looks to be in like maybe their early 20s. They look to be a halfling of some kind, probably in their mid 20s. They're dressed pretty they're trying to be, inconspicuous, but it's not really working because again, you're in a place that sells a bunch of cowboy attire, and this man's dressed in like jeans and normal tennis shoes and a jacket that he's kept very tight. Hood up. The only reason you could tell that he's a halfling is partly because of his stature, and also he isn't wearing shoes.
I think you'd say he didn't have toes.
And his feet are that nice little hairy definition of a halfling at this point.
Full Hobbit mode.
Full Hobbit mode, right.
Understood.
He's been walking around the store looking at everything for the last 10 or so minutes, and he hasn't really stopped. He picks a couple things up, looks around a little bit, then he immediately sets it back down again as well.
Weird.
I turn to my raven, Cecil.
Cecil.
And I look at him and I just go, Cecil, do me a favor. Do some eye in the sky work. Keep an eye on that halfling fella.
And it
How big is this?
and it flies up and flies around and lands nearish to the halfling, up on a higher shelf. Clearly the halfling can't see it. He's too small. And looking down at the halfling. But what would you like to do?
My first thing is that I'm going to go try to find This place doesn't have cameras, does it?
Well, so they do, but they're in the back room with Steve.
I don't want to go Steve.
That's so weird.
I'm going to do
At
what
least the screens to look at the camera.
I'm gonna do what every employee at a retail store is supposed to do when you see someone suspicious. I'm going to approach the man and say, "Excuse me, sir. Welcome into the Duluth Trading Co. I am Clint. How may I help you today?"
As soon as you come up to him and speak, he, like, Metal Gear Solid 5, "Ba-ding!" You know, like the fear exclamation point, and starts to try and sprint out the door.
Cecil! That's like a cue for Cecil to cut him off.
So go ahead and do you have Raven stats pulled up for yourself or at all? Because your Raven should just use your just the Raven stat block or whatever it is.
I can look up the Raven stat block.
We'll do and then roll me a dexterity saving throw with your Raven.
It's not really.
No.
I'm not in you.
Cool. That's going to be a 17.
Not yet.
17. Excuse me. Sorry. So yeah, your Raven and swift, just this epic little swoop across the floor, and lands right in front of the halfling, stopping him dead in his tracks right before the door, and unfurls its wings to basically act like arms holding out and preventing him from escaping. You have a brief moment to try and do something before the halfling makes a move in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm walking up and, let's see. Do I have anything I want to do?
Him.
Oh, do I want to waste a spell now? Do you?
Yes. Dirty. Oh, dog.
Thank you, Conscience.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm going to cast Flock of Familiars.
I'm sorry.
And,
Please love me.
let's see.
Oh, no. She would like me.
It's going to be a flock of more ravens. We're gonna block the doorway.
So you are walking up calmly. You're like, another day at work. You come up and you just kind of. How do you cast your magic?
So the way that it works is that I hold up a hand, and as it like goes up and the magic starts flowing, you could like if anyone was watching. The gloves that he has on, it's like one finger and a thumb are visible. Everything else is covered in leather. But you'd see that the finger and thumb start turning to like a red skeletal visage. And he just fires it like finger gun and then...
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, so you... And it's just... A flock of familiars of the raven just... And basically form almost like a wall in front of the door at this point. The halfling, now trembling in his little feet, turns to try and see if there's another way out, and you are right in front of him.
Hey, bud. So, why'd you run?
You know to go ahead and make an investigation check if you use so kind.
Sure thing, buddy.
Yes, a 4.
Cool. He just looks at you and he's like, you just startled me, mister.
Yeah, I bet I'm pretty startling, huh? You know, something I don't like is if someone's acting suspicious around the store I'm working at, especially if they have a kind of thieving aura they're going about. And you wouldn't happen to be a thief, would you? I'd like to intimidate them.
I'd like to
Roll for it.
Roll. I'd like to intimidate it.
That's how it works.
Oh, you're kidding me. I got an 8.
He's, you kind of get, over him. He's like, you wouldn't be one of those folk that happen to think all halflings are just thieves, would you?
No.
Whoa,
But someone that's
racism.
eyeing the rest of the store and immediately runs away, I understand getting startled. But
You're a pretty imposing dude, my guy.
Oh my God.
Thank you. I'm also wearing a purple bandana. So, I
Yes,
feel like
yes,
it kind of detracts from it.
Not really.
No.
Look, did you take anything?
Go with hand.
No, I did not. I did not take anything.
Insight check.
Yeah, deception check. Here we go.
Okay. Please.
It's on camera too, you can't fake it.
Oh my goodness, a 6!
Whoa, so good.
Shit.
Yeah, I didn't take anything. You just scared me. You just startled me.
Huh?
Genuinely. From the bottom of my little halfling heart.
How small is it?
You're still suspicious. Do me a favor, if you would. I'd actually like to take you to the back real quick.
I saw the guy that went back there. I don't know if I trust that.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be there with you. I'll make sure no mayo gets on your body.
Why do you need me to come in the back with you?
I'll just take a quick little glance at the cameras.
At the cameras?
At the cameras.
At the cameras.
At the cameras.
At the
I'm
cameras.
sure me and you would be like, we would be so happy to watch a nice little show. And we'd be happy for you to join us if you'd like to join us at the cameras.
Sure thing.
Thanks.
At the cameras.
And I have my familiars surround us around the back.
So you, as you guys are walking, he just fumbles a pair of bright, shiny boots out of his jacket as he tries to stash them, but then one of your ravens that curls around basically grabs onto it. You see full well.
I grab him by his collar and lift him.
He just like, hey, put me down!
I don't like liars either. So, I don't know, don't come back again. Thank you. And I immediately walk to the front and throw him.
He spin spirals out and lands right in front of a couple of security droids.
Thief.
The security droids, who are identical in nature, their heads are that of like Warforged. For those that don't know what Warforged look like, imagine the equivalent of a humanoid-shaped skull with it's all like metal plates. It's got robotic eyes that look kind of like they're wearing goggles in a way. They glow yellow for these ones. Their plate is like a turquoise color. They have a chest that looks like that of like a well-built human male of some kind, down all the way to the torso. But then the base of it is, imagine you took a Segway, strapped it to the body of a person, and they have no legs. The legs are the Segway. That's kind of what the situation is a little
like
bit.
this.
But they have their arms.
The map bots
From Security Breach.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah, a little bit like that.
That's what
Take a map.
But they
Take a map. Take a map.
wheel on up, and they look at you after you said thief. They look down at the halfling, and they immediately reach down, grab him. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
They turn and cart the halfling kid away, holding him up. He's like, "Hey, put me down!" And he's like trying to like hit them, but like, of course, it's ting ting ting. It's doing nothing. His tiny little ineffectual fists do nothing. You go back into the store. And waiting in the middle is your manager, Steve, who's standing there, mayo all over his hands.
Icky.
Mayonnaise.
I then like I do the finger gun thing again, cause the familiars to go away. Steve, why don't you use napkins?
Clint! And he's like just mayo on the freshly mopped floor. Clint! What were you doing?
We had a thief try to steal the new pair of boots.
You know the rules. You're supposed to use friendly customer service. You're not supposed to stop them.
It makes me itchy.
I'm not supposed to stop a thief. You don't want me to stop us losing money?
No, because if that halfling gets out of jail, he could sue you or the company.
Alright.
It was wrong. It's not supposed to happen.
Ew.
I really gotta lay off the mailman.
Yes, you do. As you can tell, I point to the mayo puddle around him.
You miss a spot. Because of both these things, you're on the night shift, pal.
I have a second
The
job!
night shift.
That's rude.
You gotta talk to my boss. And you're not gonna like my boss.
I'll be just fine, thank you. And he turns and he walks back into the back room.
I turn to Cecil and I say, do you mind telling her that I got issues right now? Thank you.
Door opens.
Yeah! sick.
All right, next person to go. Not you again. As funny as that would be, we go over to a little kiosk built in kind of the back corners of the store, near the entrance to the tunnels, in the grimier parts of the mall, to our good friend, the catfish, Luca Thomas Ken. So, like I said, this is the more dingier side of the mall. Not all of the mall can be perfect, and unfortunately, a lot of the grimier businesses that do end up here, from loan sharks to some certain provocative establishments that may exist but not in our family-friendly channel. Family-friendly. But things such as this kiosk exist. Go ahead and tell us what your character looks like and what your character is doing.
My character is he's a big old catfish standing at about 6 foot, 6'5", roughly that area. He's big. He's very round, rotund, about as wide as he is tall. So he's a circle man. But for those who know, you know who I basically put in D&D. But for those who don't, you'll find out. But yeah, he's wearing a little vest whose straps are hanging on for dear life as they stretch across his very large belly. He also has an overcoat that sits just at his shoulders with a lovely collar and some coattail.
Little coat tail.
On top, he has what appears to be a bowler hat that has a little handle on the side of it.
He's a bowler hat guy.
I don't know why it has a handle on the side of it, but it does.
I do know why. I'm just.
Secret.
And currently, he is sitting on a stool that is way too small for him, leaning against his kiosk, flipping through a little book.
Cool.
He's on the lookout for any customers, but he's currently looking through, making notes to previous deals or people who attempted to make deals that he just didn't manage to secure.
So, yeah, it's a combination of that and like some of the notes that your predecessor left before you showed up.
You're an apprentice.
The kiosk was not your own. It belonged to somebody else, and you kind of inherited it in a way. But yeah, in your short while here, not a ton of people come on this side of town, and usually it's some pretty desperate folks. But for some reason, you just haven't been able to close a deal yet with any of these people. It's become an improbability. You don't know if it's you don't know if it's them, you don't know if it's the environment.
I got a lovely smile.
But
and by smile, I mean there's a bunch of very jagged teeth of a massive underbite, one of which is actually plated in gold.
Just it.
But you're minding your business, and you're doing your record keeping with what little records you have, and you are approached by 3 individuals. One that you recognize from when you first got here. He is a literal shark wearing a business suit. Behind him, he's got two bear folk that are dressed more like your typical 80s B-movie ruffians.
So like the actual bear.
Oh.
You know, they got think about
I was like,
the first Sing film, you know, the bears.
Oh my goodness,
they're dressed like that in like the tracksuits and stuff like that, but like
Russians.
Yeah, a little bit. But then the shark in a business suit and tie, and they approach and he just goes,
Well, my friend, what can I do for you? Considering I doubt that you'll be here for any deals today.
Luca, you've been here for how many weeks now?
Not too many. I haven't been keeping track. According to this lovely little calendar my predecessors left me, I've been here for about 3.
3 weeks. 3 weeks, and you've managed to secure not one deal. You're not swimming in money, friend. And that's
Not
a
at
problem.
all. Not many people have been coming down this way, and most that do, well, either you snag them or someone else does.
We've been watching you, Luca. You've had plenty of people come down. You just can't seem to finish the job.
No, there's folks just down on their luck. Just need a little push.
Perfect prey. Perfect prey to get exactly every ounce of money we need. And yet, you're struggling while the rest of the kiosks and businesses around here are thriving.
I'm still working on this cutthroat aspect that you all seem to wield with such ferocity.
Your predecessor spoke highly of you, Luca, and yet all you've managed to do is, well, nothing. Except disappoint, maybe.
It's very difficult to perform when under such pressures, wouldn't you agree?
The same pressure that the rest of us got when we made our start here. It's tradition.
That's fair.
But let's cut to the chase. You know me, I've never been one for much small talk. Down to business. And one of his goons, reaches from behind, pulls out a stool, flicks it open, sets it down, and the shark sits down on said stool.
What's the shark's name again?
You don't know. Well, you
don't.
I haven't.
Yes. He hasn't given me his name. Gotcha.
Correct.
Sorry.
Yeah, you have met him before, but he has not given a name yet.
Gotcha. I was about to say, if I recognize him, what was his name? I am writing notes.
We have a bit of a code of conduct around here, especially in these parts of the mall and in general, really. Every loan shark, everybody making loans and deals with people, has to reach a certain quota within their first quarter here. And if you don't reach it, well, you'll be shown the door, so to speak.
Fair enough. And to whom should I refer to as reaching my quota?
To who or to how much?
Either or, I suppose.
Well, all the money gets fed through me by the end, and then I divvy it out as payment after taking my cut, of course. Then you, and much like the rest of the people within this business, will get their fair share. Don't you worry. People in our line of work are very profitable, if you can do the job well and right. Your quota that you need to meet is 50,000 gold pieces, and the quarter's just about to end, you see. You came in about midway. It ends right on Christmas Day.
Well, isn't that just festive?
So, by Christmas, 50,000 gold. If you do not meet it, well, you'll get a different kind of present. And he gives you a wide shark tooth grin.
Yeah.
Such big screen.
He meets it with his own snapping-tooth grin, and he. And what should I be referring to you as? We've met before, but you never did give a name.
You just best call me the loan shark.
Whoa.
Meet your quota, and maybe you'll have earned my respect enough to get my actual name.
That's fair, gentlemen.
He stands up. The goon grabs a stool, flicks it back closed, puts it behind him, and they turn and they walk
How
off.
does a shark sit?
Slaps his book closed.
Just like
You see the chair attached.
Sits,
Yeah.
looking at the kiosk, looking out amongst them, just that has spoiled my appetite.
You then hear a little boo-doo-doo-doo from your crystal.
Wonderful. And he goes to the crystal.
And for all of you guys to know, you each have a what is called an eye crystal. It's a little portable scrying device that you can use to talk to one another, as well as to look at social media and everything else that you
like an
require.
Unlike
An
those
eye
knockoffs,
crystal.
the spell phones.
Yeah, unlike the knockoffs, the spell phones, which exist and they usually only last you about a week. But you pull out your eye crystal, and there is a message, a written message in it that says, it only is labeled with a initial. The initial is the letter M, and the message reads, "Tan Fizz's night shift, be there." But yeah, it's initialed M.
Well, this certainly should be an interesting trip. Then he turns, closes his kiosk, and begins to move through the mall. To potentially just prey on people, rather than look for deals, mind you, but be like, what can I give you, boy?
Right. And at that, we cut away and move on over to Hungry Henry's Hot Dog Shack.
Yeah!
Where behind this little shack that exists within, which exists in Fairgaff's food court, is this little rinky-dink shack that looks like it has been here maybe even since the beginning of the mall's creation. And sitting behind the little counter in the little kitchen space that's provided is this turtle. Go ahead and describe what your character looks like and what you might be doing in this particular shack.
I have a cool picture. So, here, Trevor. This is what she looks like. So, here, come over. Come here.
We look so similar.
So she has a little, cool hat. Oh, no. And then, oh, no, it's too bright. Wait.
Here, I got it.
Yeah. That's Frankie. And she has a cool septum piercing. And she has an eye patch for no reason. And she has gloves on, obviously, and she has an apron because she's a chef. A little wiener stick for her hot dogs, and she wears her cap sideways because she thinks she's cool. And then what I would be doing at this point, just be cooking those dogs, bro. I'm cooking those dogs. Cause it's just like, dang, everybody loves these hot dogs, but does anybody know how they're made? Ugh. But,
So yeah, you're working on doing that, and your manager comes up. A snot-nosed, sniveling little kid who also happens to be named Steve.
Interesting.
Little glasses, looked like every bullied high school student. For whatever reason, this looks like the other manager that we've met before.
Oh.
Except,
Icky.
no mayo.
Oh, good.
No
Mustard.
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 At least it's not ketchup.
But he comes up and he goes, have you sold any today yet?
No, I just opened 10 minutes ago. I'm cooking the dogs, man.
What?
They always sound like they're on the edge of living. They're so close to death and they're only surviving on mustard or mayo.
Would you respond? I'm sorry.
I'm cooking the dogs, man. I opened 10 minutes ago.
You know what? The cook before you would have sold 30 in 2. You gotta pick up the slack.
Okay, I was just trained by you, so obviously I'm not going to do very well.
Oh. You best be careful, or I'll write you up.
Do it.
You don't want to get fired in your first few weeks of work.
Do you know how many other stores are here? There's millions. I could go find another job.
That's not how firing works around here.
Okay.
Something you'll find out the hard way if you don't start doing a good job and stop bad-mouthing your boss.
Right.
And he walks off to the rest of the food court. After a few more moments and you're cooking some more of the hot dogs, you get a couple of customers to come in and they sell stuff, but it's a lot of people go to a lot of the newer, bigger, fast food and restaurant chains that have made their way. And just across the way is Alluring Alice's Candy Shop, which a lot of people just seem to be drawn to. It's almost magical in the way that it seems like they just gravitate towards that place.
Oh, yeah, it's like another word. Drawing? No, it's starts with an A or something.
Alice.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
I can think of an A word for you. But we're a family friendly channel here.
You're a couple of
no.
applesauce.
No. But after a moment, you see this little girl kind of come up. She's very timid. Comes up. She can barely see. You have to kind of lean over the counter. She looks like she's dressed in rags, and she's dirtied, and her hair's kind of all done up in knots at this point as well. And she's holding a single copper coin, which is definitely not enough for any of the food here. But she goes and she looks at you and goes, Can I please have a hot dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want? Relish? Or do you want ketchup? Or mustard? Or...
Just a hot dog would be great. Thank you.
Awesome. Do you want a bun?
Yes, please.
Here you go. Keep your coin. Here you go.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
You too.
And she turns and she goes, and you just hear. She just scarfs that thing down. Who knows how long it has been since she ate? But you just, as she walks away, just.
God
It's
bless.
gone.
That kid's going places.
Hot dog eating contest. Here we come.
Wait till she hears about
But,
the 4th of July.
You take a minute, and you're thinking about that moment. This is the. I did a good thing. I did a good thing. And then you feel a sudden shift of a presence as you hear behind you.
You hear the snow.
That's so gross. So icky.
Turn and look at me.
What?
You turn. He's like right behind you, and he's got more mustard. You don't know how. In a short while,
Are you going
he's
in the
got
back?
more mustard.
Like, are you going in the back and just... Stop.
Don't judge me for my mustard.
If you can have that much mustard on your hands, and I can give a...
Listen, and some of the mustard just like just in your face.
And my eye patch.
Yeah, in your eye patch. He goes, I saw what you did there. You're not supposed to give food away to anybody. Not even the poor little snotweilers from the tunnels.
Okay.
And this is not your first time doing this either.
No.
You got too good of a heart here. You gotta be cutthroat. You gotta be mean. You gotta be... And just more snot and mustard. Just...
These are the grossest people I've ever met in my life.
What?
These are the grossest people I've ever met in my life.
It's just food.
Everywhere.
He's a mustard construct.
Maybe they are.
No.
God, no.
And he looks and goes, because this is your third time, I'm going to write you up, and you're being forced to work the night shift now.
I don't want to sell hot dogs past 8 p.m. You know how icky that is? You know how
You're not
high
going to have to
people come
work. You're going to have to clean the mustard vats.
in? You're making me clean the mustard
The
vats.
mustard vats.
Okay.
And it's going to take you all night. Perhaps maybe then you'll learn to respect me and do your job properly. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, but as long as you understand how to buy a box of Kleenexes next time, I would appreciate it.
I don't need no tissues. And he starts slowly backing out.
The only thing that is known is the slopping that follows.
You just hear mustard squishing on the floor.
It's like a snake.
God, until it is no more. And that only leaves us... No, there's two of you. Crap. No.
Yeah, you should go.
No, I'm sorry. I can't count.
No.
Oh, perfect. Well, it happened to land on a certain CBD shop.
Shit.
Not too far from Hot Death. Just a little down the way. Sure enough, there it is. And there's only two of you in the store right now. You get some traffic, but a lot of it's closer to the night shift because you guys sell some of the legitimate stuff, but a lot of people know you got some of the not so legitimate stuff.
It's like a Spencer's.
It's in the back.
It is
We got
you,
Rick and Morty in the front, and you don't want
So
to
you were at the store. So what would you be doing? And describe what your character looks like for
Okay,
the
so
audience.
I am.
Sorry, what's the name of... I'm sorry,
Being
I'm
interrupted, apparently.
I'm sorry, I'm writing notes. I want to know what the name of the store was. You just said a CBD store.
Yeah, a CBD store.
How okay.
A CBD store.
It's like ACDC, but ACBD.
You guys definitely have one of those rotting blood candles burning in the store at this point in time
yeah.
too. Well, because you
Hell
and
yeah.
Isom know each other.
So I am a furbolg. I'm 7.25 foot tall. I am 200 years old, although I look about mid-20s. I do have some gray hairs on my fluffy, curly gamer boy hair, and some gray hair coming out of my ears, just cash for cute effect.
Just cash.
I have like little short, not antlers.
Horns.
Horns. Thank you. I have short little horns, and a beard, and then a septum piercing, as long as like many piercings all over my ears.
Wow.
And I'm wearing about the brightest clothes you could ever see. This is bright. What is the name of those hoodies?
Oh, like rug, stoner rug hoodies?
Yeah, I'm wearing like a stoner rug hoodie.
The drug
bright green colors.
Drudy.
In some casual cropped sweatpants shorts. And right now currently I am smoking out of my vape pen and tending to my cactus at the front desk.
Valid. And sitting on the front desk is your boss, who is not Steve.
Thank God.
Thank
It's
God.
not
I would
Steve.
not deal with that man.
It is a humanoid bunny rabbit
Oh, cool.
who sits in a very zen crisscross. Seems to be floating slightly off the desk, smoking from this very extravagant bong situation that's going on. That's very much in the style of the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland.
Looks like a didgeridoo.
Are they small? Is it tiny?
They are tiny.
Tiny.
The tiny. They're maybe like yay tall.
Hot.
Small boy.
Is this from the table? I can't see your other hand.
From the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hurt.
Either way, they're this tall.
Come
I get what.
Yeah, I didn't know where the bottom was.
Table to my top hand.
Oh.
They're small, sitting crisscross, floating slightly off the desk, smoking, just enjoying the vapors.
Slay.
He is dressed in very simple but also colorful attire. Kind of the vibe of just the store in general. He's you know him to be blind. On top of everything, he's got pristine white fur, and you know him. He's only ever introduced himself as the Maestro. Thank you. I'm glad somebody got a kick out of that.
Give some ambiance.
What are you doing?
He's doing the vapors.
He doing a bomb.
Yeah, valid.
Bomb.
But he's sitting there, and you both, you're doing what you're doing. He's just taking in the vibes, and man, that was a good one.
You said it, kid.
Say, did you hear what happened to that Kitty Copeland over at the roller rink and over at the aerobic studio? I know you and her are friends.
Yeah, she's pretty cute. Wait, no, what?
That's pretty good.
She you heard that she ended up in she's been arrested by the security droids.
No shit.
Yeah, she's always had that anger problem.
Oh yeah, it's really
Yeah, well,
bad.
turns out she took a security droid and beat another security droid with it after they had to break up a different fight at the roller rink during one of the Displaced Racer tournament things going on.
Wow.
And while I commend her for sticking it to the man,
Yeah.
or to the droids, kind of dumb to use a droid against a droid. I mean, that's just asking to get sent to prison.
Yeah,
so.
that's pretty strong though, right?
Well, yeah, I mean those things weigh a ton, so
Yeah.
you gotta have some strength to lift those things and to beat another one with it.
Yeah.
I mean, well, from what I heard, she went feral. But yeah,
Cool.
so now she's in jail right now, and who knows how long? At least until her trial kicks in, and well, we better hope that they don't intend to fire her, because well, we know what happens if she gets fired.
Yeah.
But
Damn, that sucks.
when man, when are you gonna? I mean, if she does get out of prison, are you gonna ever actually do anything about that? Like you've just been talking. You've been talking about her in passing since she got here. Really, I mean, she got here around the same time you did. I remember correctly. She was in your guys' orientation, right? Like you guys were in orientation together.
Yeah. No, I remember it just like it was whenever it was. Wow.
About 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, you said it. Dude, yeah, she came in wearing the purple shirt. We were all twinning.
Right, those stupid uniforms that the company makes us wear all the time.
Yeah,
I'm glad that we did our own little twist with them.
Yeah, I'm glad I shredded mine.
I burned mine.
Now it's forever pardon me.
Also, I'm sorry to have to do this, but since you won't make a move on your little fun interest, I decided to make a move on mine, which means I can't work the night shift like I was supposed to.
Dang.
You.
So listen. You curse word.
I said I can't curse here. You mother trucker.
Listen. I do the same for you.
She's in jail, and you're gonna make me work the night shift?
So is mine. But that's not gonna stop me. I squeeze through them bars.
Whoa.
Hey, yo.
Hot. First of all. Second of all, who are we talking about?
That's all I need to know, Princess.
Meister, my man, over here. Meister.
Right.
Come on, we're buds. We
Listen, we're
smoke
buds.
a pals.
Listen, I know. But listen, it's one of them. Listen, I'll tell you,
queers?
it's someone a little bit further up the chain.
You dirty dog.
I know. I'm a rabbit.
How do you know that?
You know, I have been blind since birth, so I don't actually. I feel like I'm a rabbit. Listen, man, this is too philosophical in this headspace right now. You're gonna get me going on a nasty trip.
Sorry. Had to do it.
I know. But look, listen. Do the night shift for me, and I'll owe you one after the fact.
Oh, you owe me a big one. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I got you. And hey, maybe I can send a message to that little Kitty Copeland if you want me to.
I mean, yeah, if you're making a trip anyway.
Yeah, it'll be easy.
2 rabbits, 1 stone. You know?
Yeah, 2 rabbits, 1 stone. That's obviously the phrase.
That's a stew.
2 stones, 1 rabbit.
Two
much,
stoned
too much.
rabbits.
2 stoned rabbits.
Here it is.
2 stoned rabbits. Yeah.
2 rabbits, 1 stoner.
2 rabbits, 1 stoner. I heard that somewhere before.
Whoa. It's like over the speakers.
I know.
As you were.
We cut over to the last person over at probably the most different environment out of all of those places. A library. It's definitely one of those like antique libraries too. Like it's not a lot of new stuff. It's a lot of the older things. There's dust and there's there's cobwebs here and there and things like that. And the lights are kind of dim and everything's nice and dark and low, except for one light distinctly, and it's the front light of the store. So it's the only thing that's kept clean because it's in the main part of the place that gets automatically cleaned by the automatic prestidigitation that just goes over throughout the whole store. This is called Lester's Library. This is where we find our moth friend. So go ahead and describe what you look like for everybody, and then what you are doing currently here in the library.
Okay, so I am like a small version of the Mothman. I have 4 arms, but 2 of them are a bit smaller. I have little antennae, and I'm like furry and brown, and my wings are like green, and I'm very adorable. I'm also 3 foot tall.
I'm 4 foot.
And
Hey, you small boy.
yeah, I'm a small boy. Yes. And my name is Nettle May Apple.
Yes.
What's your name?
That is your name. You're allowed to say that. You are allowed to divulge any information you wish to. If you have secrets that you are going to keep or divulge at a different time, that's on you. But anything you feel like you would want to divulge about your character, that's on you.
Also, I'm wearing jeans and a white shirt and just like a jean jacket. Double denim.
Double denim.
Double denim.
Double
baby.
denim.
All
Very
day.
Britney
Nice.
Spears.
Oh yeah.
It's giving Justin Timberlake. Thank you.
Yeah. So you are, and what are you doing in the library?
I'm trying to dust, but I keep getting distracted by the light at the front of the door.
Yeah, like
So I'm
you'll start dusting and then you like start kind of like
Just
you keep going back to dusting.
Slow process.
Yeah, it's a slow process. You've been here for 3-ish weeks. You've gotten maybe a singular section done, and there are like 20 different sections in this library. Well, your boss steps out from his desk, and it is this blue-haired humanoid figure with a robotic eye who's got a animated jester costume that seems to follow around behind him at all times, and he's got a little pet owl bear, a little owl bear cub, that sits on the desk, he's got a little pair of spectacles now, and he's reading through a book. And you know him to be Lester of Lester's Library. Lester's Library. That's the phrase.
Yeah.
That words are hard. And he goes, but the first thing you hear is a loud as he slams his book that you see him constantly scribbling in. And he goes, all right, that was volume 3. And he takes it and he just kind of throws it behind him, and it seems to just disappear out of nothing. Now I've got to write volume 4. And he pulls out a whole new one, slams it down, and opens it up to the front page. Have you finished cleaning the sections yet?
I'm almost done. I'm almost done for sure. Yes.
Good. I'm glad. Clearly, moths are bright and good workers, and they get distracted by nothing. And he starts scribbling that down about mothkin. As you're looking, you're getting obviously distracted by the light. And he goes,
Right.
we have to have everything nice and pristine for the iCrystal Corporation's walk into our store, as well as for Christmas Day. We get very busy here, for Christmas Day. And he continues to write more. Libraries are busy on Christmas. He's scribbling that into his book as well. And then he looks up, sees you getting distracted by the light again. He goes, is there something that is fascinating about the light?
Yes.
Do your kind like light?
Well, I'd say so.
I mean, I've seen you pull out that glow stick and look at it every now and again. You seem to stare into the glow stick a long while.
It's very nice.
Mothkin like glow sticks. Puts it in. You've managed to read some of his volumes before. It's called Lester's Encyclopedia to Everything in the Multiverse. And it's very like haphazard serial killer newspaper-esque like title, like a serial killer writes a letter with magazine clippings.
Oh my God.
It's like that as the front.
No.
And inside of it, it's just random scribbling. And there's so many things where it looks like things have been crossed out, rewritten, reorganized, pages teared, reattached somewhere else. The one consistent factor you can tell is that 3/4 of the knowledge in these books is all completely incorrect. Mm-hmm. None of it's true. There's a whole thing about how raccoons are obviously bugbears, clearly, and bugbears can be that teeny tiny. There's facts about how certain creatures can produce this like oil liquid that doesn't fit with the creature that it does. Like, it's just things that are clearly not true, and it would be common sense, and it's not. And it's this whole big thing. It's just, and he's on his 4th volume now. He's written 3 volumes of these things. It's pretty intense. And you also don't know where they tend to disappear off to half the time, because there's not really a spot for them in the library. He just seems to reach behind him, pull it out, and there it is. But yeah, but he looks at you and goes, he closes his book with a nice little slam again, chucks it behind him and goes, all right, I am going to the food court to get myself a meal with Hestor, he points to the owlbear, and Festor, the animated jester costume. Yes, Lestor, Hestor, Gestor, or Festor. Festor's the Gestor. I'm going to go get myself some food at the hot dog shack. Is the one place I can eat that doesn't make me want to just immediately throw up, because it is clearly the best food in the store. It says so in my book.
Sure.
So I will leave you to take care of the books. Just make sure you keep cleaning and that everything is nice and dusty clean before Christmas Day.
Okay.
He gives a little snap of his fingers, and then he's like, Hestor, Festor, let's go. And he starts leaving with Festor, and Hestor's still sitting there reading something, and he turns around and goes, Hestor, put down the anime. Let's go.
Not the manga.
Hestor just flips the book closed, hops off, and just... Ever since you started becoming a teenager, you've gotten very judgmental. And they walk out together. And this bell that dings is a legitimate ding.
Yeah.
It is the only one that probably dings, ding, ding, ding,
I
ding,
don't have
and then
a
the door closes. What?
There's the one place where it shouldn't ding.
A library.
Correct. Welcome to the Multidimensional Mall of Marvel More.
Mistakes for me.
You're in the library for a little while longer, trying to do your best to clean. It's so hard. That light, you can't stop looking at it. When you hear the sound of paper rustling on the desk that Lester was at, just a
Hello?
there is no response.
I'm gonna go look at the desk.
There is a envelope, blue envelope, with a nice red wax seal on it, nestled and just sitting right there on the desk.
This looks important.
What would you like to do? I should also mention it glows ever so slightly if that helps.
Oh man.
guy.
I'll dust it a little bit and then I'm gonna open it.
Okay, so you grab it first and foremost, and there's a couple things to note. One, it is addressed to you, and secondly, the seal is that of your goddess. So you open it up, you pull out the letter, and on the letter reads, "My dearest faithful servant, it is time for your calling, the reason that you have been led here by the stars. Something is happening here, something dark and sinister, something against the gods of good and light. I have brought you here so that you might be able to vanquish the darkness within this location. It has been brewing for some time and is set to happen on Christmas Day. I need you to find the source of this darkness and vanquish it before it comes to pass."
Well,
okay.
And then it mentions a little bit further down, the first vision that I have had pertaining to this event is to happen tonight during the night shift. Go and meet the rest of who will become your friends and your compatriots in this journey to defeat the darkness. There, you will find the first part of this puzzle. May my blessings upon you in your journey, child." And then it's signed Nyx. And then after you read it, the letter glows really bright light, and then it gone.
Oh.
Time passes.
Yeah.
The rest of the shift goes to midday, to late afternoon, and to early evening until finally the night shift approaches. The automatic lights start to, except for the few that are kept on for security purposes. People retreat back to their dimensions from where they're from. Those that work here, you all know, and you all live when you're not being forced to work the night shift in a place known as the Slabs. It is the dorms kept for all the workers here. Very Squid Game of them, basically, in a mentality of that. But you guys all watch as these people doing off a place filled with millions upon billions of species and people, now empty, desolate, except for you. And you all are doing what... Words are hard. You all are doing what it is that you need to be doing. You're cleaning up the mustard very painfully. You are just keeping an eye. You've dealt the last few side deals that you've had to do at LCBD shop, and you're getting the place kind of cleaned up, but not really, because like who cares, right? Like who cares if the place is actually kind of clean? You're taking care of some of the outer works of the Duluth Trading Company, straightening some things up, just like hating existence. Your Raven came back later that day and did a, which is basically confirmation of he let your other boss know that you weren't going to be able to be there. you are starting to wander down into this side of the mall where the rest of these kind of lie. You've got you know what you're looking for. It's a trash can in front of a toy shop. And Luca, you're also coming down and around, and you're looking for tan fizzes, whatever that is.
He's sticking to the shadows as well.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to sneak his way around because he doesn't usually stick around after dark. He just kind of
and
he goes home.
And Nettle, you've been able to pretty easily start making your way as most of the lights have shut off, so it's not as bright as it was before. Bo, as you're getting the store all locked up, because honestly, you're gonna work the night shift. You're not sticking around. You're gonna go sleep. Like, you know, like, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. So you're closing up shop. You're locking it with the keys that you shouldn't have, but you definitely copied, because you're cool like that.
Who counts keys?
Yeah, exactly. Right. So you're locking up the store, and you hear not too far down the way, something kind of like spill over and crash a little bit, and a couple clink, 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 and a ting, 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 ting.
In the store or out of the store?
Out of the store, down a little bit down the main corridor, which would be on your way to the slabs if you were heading back that way.
Okay. So I'm gonna finish locking up, put the key in my pocket, and just lean down the hallway.
You look and you see what looks to be an ornament of some kind just kind of roll out from from one of the stores nearby.
Festive. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna pick it up.
So you go and you find yourself in front of Tan Fizz's toy shop, and you pick up the ornament, and I mean it's bright red, it's glossy, it's nice, and you look to see where it came from. There's a couple Christmas trees in there that got set up, a couple those new plasticky ones that don't ever die. They got the fancy lights on them, and they've got preset arrangements. It's a nice little thing. It's a lot of kids' toys in here, but they try and have something for the adults. You've been in the store a couple of times, because sometimes you just run out of time. You need a preset Christmas tree, but there's a very obvious spot where this ornament would go and where it fell from.
Well, I'm gonna go put it back, like the respectable citizen I am.
You absolutely do that. So you go inside and you just kind of like, all right, you put it back on, and that's when you hear something else fall, but further inside the toy shop.
This is sus. Hello?
No response.
Well, Snikes. For those of you at home, I did not say Snikes.
All right, fair enough.
Well, this looks like a trap. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna
you go around and you find face down on the floor a little stuffed teddy bear that looks like it fell off the shelf.
Oh, how sad.
It's very sad.
I'm gonna poke it, turn it over.
Okay, turn over. It's a stuffed teddy bear. It's got that nice little pleasant smile that is appealing to children. It's got little buttons on it. Its arms and legs just looking up now.
What did you say the name of this toy shop was?
Tan Fizz's Toy Shop.
Who the hell do you spell that?
TANFIZ''S Toy Shop.
Okay. So I'm assuming it's run by Tan Fizz.
Yes.
Slay. I'm gonna yell out for Tan as I put the teddy bear back.
So you put the teddy bear back, and you're calling out, and there's no response. Your best guess, I mean, most people go to sleep during the night shift. You all are very well aware of this, having worked here in the 3 weeks, and you've heard the stories. The night shift is punishment to those who do wrong and don't do what they're supposed to be doing. It's not really something that's enforced because, again, the store has automated cleaning processes. There's no reason for you guys to have to do any of the work except for during store hours. So the night shift is solely punishment, and it's a way to keep people, keep their workers in line and enforced.
I'm not punished. Okay. So I'm assuming no response.
This is what happens when you don't shoot your shot.
But
She's
behind
in
you,
jail.
you hear another
stop and cook.
All right,
like an
that's
excuse
3
to me.
times.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 distinct. I'm now nervous.
Would you like to look and see what fell?
Yes, yeah. I was like, well,
Yeah,
I'm just
cool.
gonna turn around.
You turn around and there is another stuffed teddy bear.
Okay.
This one's different though. This one has one of those strings that you can pull for like the voice.
Oh no.
I'm gonna take a really long drag and I'm gonna go pull it.
You hear just kind of muffled because it's face first into the floor. Merry Christmas.
Huh. That was anticlimactic. Okay. And I'm going to... Can I look around? Like, there's no one else in the store.
Go ahead and make me a perception check if you'd like.
How do I do that?
You roll the 20-sided die, and you're gonna. And if you you should have a skill called Perception on your character sheet. You'll add whatever that modifier is to this roll.
Crap.
Okay.
Game mechanic stuff. They play, like, music.
A 3, my love.
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody else in the store. There's a few different things around here. So like, there's the wall you're next to is a bunch of stuffed teddy bears and things like that. There's the Christmas trees. There's a wall with like nutcrackers and like a little display of like those, the Christmas nutcrackers and things. Some of them look like toy soldiers. Some have like little swords. Some have little muskets. And then you see, kind of towards the back of the room, this display of Santa Claus, or at least their depiction of Santa Claus, which is universal around the multiverse, I guess, as just this big fat white man.
It's a changeling.
And it's sitting on a chair. It's sitting on basically like a half sleigh, kind of thing. It's got a bag of presents, floating around its back. It's a little display thing. And then there's the main counter where the cash register is, where the exchanges we made for toys and stuff like that. There's some other miscellaneous toys, but everything's been kind of done up for the Christmas time, as is.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna roam about the store.
As soon as you take a step, you hear a Merry Christmas.
I didn't do that. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm not gonna turn around.
Fair enough. So you hear another Merry Christmas, Bo.
Sandy Claus?
Another. Aren't you gonna say hello?
How rude of me. And I'm gonna turn around.
The teddy bear's now sitting up.
Ah!
It's holding its own cord, and it's looking at you. This grin, devilish. Sharp little teeth, smiling at you.
Why are you a cute little thing? What are you doing, you sneaker?
It's Christmas, and you know what that means. It's time for your present.
I'm good. My mom mailed something in.
I'm Jewish.
Don't you want to accept my gift? It'd be awfully rude not to.
Crap. You're right.
They're high.
Got him.
You know what? First, before I get my gift, I would like to know your name, little cute teddy bear boy.
They just call me Teddy.
Oh.
We're all Teddy.
He talked without pulling a string.
How fitting.
And it stands up on its 2 legs. Are you ready for your gift?
I'm gonna have a nightmare.
It's gonna be a merry, merry Christmas.
You know what? This sounds like a bad idea, but I'm gonna sit crisscross applesauce and say yes.
Commit to the bit.
Sorry, it was a little. Yes.
The blunt has been put away. Yes,
This
I'm
is
ready.
serious.
It's at this moment that you realize that there's more of these teddy bears starting to look at you.
I'm gonna pee myself.
You're not even here.
Try to hold my
I'm
hand.
being myself.
Oh no, you're
And
holding the camera.
The one comes up to you and
Fine, I can
goes,
go one-handed.
"All right, time for your very special Christmas present."
Uh-huh.
And it opens its jaw and bites.
Oh, Teddy! That was mean.
So we'll come back to that in a moment.
Oh, okay.
No! Yes.
What a cliffhanger.
What a clip.
Yeah, I know. For the rest of you, unbeknownst to any of you what's happening, but like
I should find out soon.
I'm
Yeah.
getting chomped. Please help.
You're minding your own business. I mean, I guess I should ask this. When it bites down on you, do you end up screaming out?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
Many profanities.
You all,
But not this family.
as you are near or in the section, hear this just masculine, just cursing and just like yelling in absolute pain at this point. What would the rest of you like to do?
Put down my mustard vat. I'm gonna go check that out.
Do I see the sign for the store now? Or am I
Yeah,
lost?
it's you see it, Tan Fizz's toy shop.
I'm gonna go to it because that's where I'm supposed to go anyways, according to my little note.
I'm looking around to see if there's any active droids that are like, no, cool. As soon as that happens, he holds out his hand and like as he does, like a red, like black feathers spread across his hand and form into a pistol, and he starts heading towards where the sound came from.
I'm gonna go, my friends, and start running.
I'm looking at the map, and I think I'm getting close to, but I'm not there yet.
Okay.
So I'm heading there.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna hate
But you definitely hear the scream. I'm
Yes,
gonna say that much. You hear the
100%.
scream.
I forgot. I grabbed my hot dog
friends.
tongs and I go.
True. It does sound. Well, actually, roll me a perception check. So it's the D20, the 20-sided die, and then you should have a perception skill on your character sheet somewhere that you can add that number to.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Right here, right now. On God.
On what?
Yes, Sky.
Oh my
on God.
gosh.
What'd you get?
A 1.
Oh, that's what I got.
First nat 1.
Yeah, first nat 1. First nat 1.
Hey!
So,
Because my perception.
fun fact: you're heading the wrong direction.
God dang it.
Yeah.
Great.
Also,
No
you
matter what, that will count.
swear that scream is familiar, but you can't. You don't know why. It's been a long day, but you're heading the wrong direction, and mechanically we'll deal with that in a moment. The rest of you all kind of all meet up at the same time just outside Tamfis's toy shop. You guys recognize each other from orientation. You don't really get to meet,
Whoa.
but you do recognize each other from at least your first day here, and you've seen each other in passing.
He flips open his book.
Just.
Are any of you the ones that screamed?
I'm afraid I was not, Mr. Clint.
Whoa.
Why do you remember my name? Why do you know?
Well, during orientation, we had that weird little get-together of, ice breaking and whatnot.
You remembered any of that?
Oh, no, heavens no, I wrote it all down. My brain's about as empty as a crawfish bowl in the winter.
That was good.
I get
That was
it.
pretty funny.
Nice.
I get it.
That's so good.
That sounds really
What do you say? I mean, you see your new friends, right?
Man holding a gun.
And
No!
I believe it's
New friends.
Miss Nettle,
Frankie.
Yes?
Sorry, no. Frankie.
Yes.
That's so good.
there it is. Found it.
And as this is happening, you all hear the. Like, well, what do you? Another one chomps on you.
Mary Chrysler.
Well, it does seem that there's someone in distress. I'm going to go ahead and see what's going on. And he closes his book, slips it into his vest, and just walks in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm following.
I'm going.
Right behind.
More friends.
So
Hot dog
you all walk into the store to see that a number of the toys,
Yeah.
teddy bears, Christmas trees, nutcrackers, have come to life and are slowly surrounding Bo. Two of which have clamped down onto Bo's arm and leg.
Oh, God.
Bo having sat crisscross applesauce on the floor. And they are slowly starting to get to a point to overwhelm.
That tall fella seems to be in a bit of trouble.
You see them come in.
I'm not even thinking first. I'm gonna pop one of the Teddy's heads off.
So you shoot the head. Store goes dead silent. They all turn.
And as soon as they start turning towards me, more feathers form over my face, and my head just becomes a crimson skull as a hood forms over my head.
Mr.
What is
Bo.
this?
How much did I smoke?
Oh, God.
They all in unison go, "We're here to wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Stop.
No.
Merry Christmas, everyone."
No.
And with that, I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Yeah!
So this is going to seem kind of weird for the viewers. We are just continuing going as we have been.
No, really? For real?
He has a 14, and so we have 17 AC. Luca's jaw expand, unhinge, and drop as a massive tongue rolls out.
The master. No. And you hear emanating from within the toy shop. Oh!
I guess I'll die.
I'll take it.
7.
You're not in this episode.
My gosh, I'm
tripping
bad.
This is not a great
Right
trip.
after, more ass. I'm so sorry.
Watch your
I'm
mouth.
sorry.
And it's not real. He's a robot right now.
Oh my god.
Hey, wait, he's a
I said
robot.
right now. He's a robot right now.
He'll be.